Gentlemen, you had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Yo, I can't even really believe we're here. We have The Last of Us on TV right now, episode 1. Everybody can watch it. And I just can't even believe I'm here. And I'm here just to talk about my feelings of this first episode. If you don't know what The Last of Us is, it came out in 2013. Sort of based on the zombie trend that was going on. But this takes it even to a level further with real scientists. This thing called the cordyceps.
But billions of us, billions of puppets with poisoned minds, permanently fixed on one unifying goal: to spread the infection to every last human alive by any means necessary.
That's like, which is really in ants, and it controls ants' thoughts and minds and kind of treats them like a puppet. Actually, they do a great job explaining this in the first episode. Movie video game adaptation has been getting it wrong since it all began. Anybody remember Double Dragon, the first Mario Brothers movie, Mortal Kombat? I kind of like the first Mortal Kombat in '98. I don't know, it's a guilty pleasure of mine. But Mortal Kombat 2 is atrocious. Assassin's Creed tried it. We just tried it with Uncharted, with Ultimate Fails. I think people say Sonic is probably the best video game movie adaptation. So now what do you do when you take the best showrunners in the business, HBO, for episodic television? You get the best video game, one of the best video games, in my opinion, of all time, narratively, and you put it together. From the showrunners of Chernobyl, what do you get? You got The Last of Us, starring Pedro Pascal and the girl from Game of Thrones, Bella Ramsey, playing Ellie. I don't feel sorry for the people who didn't play the game, because I got a lot of people who watch this channel who didn't play the game and don't know how awesome and epic a story this is. Actually, I'm jealous of you all. I'm super jealous, because if you watch this show, you get to experience it through a whole brand new lens, a whole brand new eyes that I kind of know what's gonna happen. Like, let's get right into it. This takes a minute to set up the end of the world. There's no spoilers here, but like if you know Last Up, you know it's based on apocalyptic events. So they take their time. I would say the first 45 minutes just setting up the pain and the type of world you finna live in. And they took their time. Joe's daughter here is played by Tandy Newton's daughter. I didn't even know that. That's Tandy Newton's daughter. I was like, I was saying that, like, that looks like Tandy Newton, made from Westworld. Yeah, that's Tandy Newton's daughter. And with the daughter character of the story, I watched the behind the scenes at HBO. They treat her like the protagonist, you know, like we're on her side. We're watching this whole apocalyptic thing unfold in front of her eyes, you know, like we could be with her the entire series. And I think that what really works, you know what I'm saying? And it shows dynamic in Joe. And I think Pedro Pascal, after I seen him on this first episode, is fucking perfectly casted. Like, yo, that's Joe from the game, yo. That is the exact Joe from the game. But this show, which is dope about it, adds a little more. So, like, we're at the beginning of the show, and they're talking about the cordyceps disease and fungi and how it affects us. And if this was true with humans, how it would affect the whole entire world with a global pandemic. And it's crazy, just kind of coming off of a global pandemic, we get The Last of Us now. So it makes it even deeper. HBO put $100 million into this season. So it's basically around $10 million an episode. Game of Thrones, you know what I'm saying, budget. So what did I think about it? I'm going on and on and on. I thought this is probably the best video game adaptation, and we only on the first episode that I have ever seen. Not saying it's one-to-one true with the game, you know, because like, yeah, you're playing the game. It's going to be a lot more action sometimes, a lot more things you got to do. So it's not going to be quite like that. But they take their time. HBO always takes their damn time, don't they? Telling a story. They're telling a story, and it's very well crafted. It's very well acted. I don't know what to say. The production value is off the chain. You see some scenes where the fungi, this one guy is in the wall and you can just see all the mushrooms growing out of his face. It was just done spectacular. The lighting and everything was just on point. I can't praise it enough, you know what I'm saying? And for who you guys didn't play the game, I was like, that shit looked better than the game right there. You know what I'm saying? That's real life, you know? And this game has been on, I think it started off with the PlayStation 3 to the PlayStation 4 remaster. Now it's a remake on the PlayStation 5. I was like, I didn't want to buy it again, but I'm going to have to buy it again just to play through it, you know what I'm saying, on the crispy graphics. I'm going on and on. This show was just good so far. And, you know, this is only the first episode. I'm highly intrigued of what HBO's gonna bring. I'm not gonna break down the episode step by step because I want you guys to go ahead and check it out. If I had any gripes about this thing, Ellie hasn't completely grown on me yet. You know, they introduced her in the second act of the show. And, you know what I'm saying? It takes me a little bit longer to grasp onto his character. Something that happens in the video game, which is a prequel to Ellie, that might make this, you know, make her character more meaningful in the story. And of course, their relationship will grow with Joe and Ellie, as you guys can see. And you guys didn't play the game, you're in for a treat. Just wait, because Last of Us is highly violent, you know. I know the game is highly violent. This is the only game, not even including the violence, like you know, you read the stupid little letters in video games. I read a letter about I think a dad who had to kill his whole family because they were infected. And it was, you know what I'm saying? It was real, you know what I'm saying? Having a family and all, and I read that shit. I was like, yo, I gotta put this down. He was talking about burning his family alive, you know what I'm saying? And this is just, I'm reading this in the game and shit. Like, this shit is deep. This is on a different level than The Walking Dead. Like, it won't be super gory, but I think the hyper realistic violence will be there. We're just gonna have to wait each episode, because that one, another gripe that I had about this, it was over. Like, I wanted to watch the next episode immediately, you know what I'm saying? After I see that beautiful shot from the game of Boston in ruins, you know what I'm saying? And it's thunderstorming, it was just done well. We can do it. We can make video game adaptations good if we really respect the source material and not try to throw it out the window. Oh, they're dead center in this source material. So I think Last of Us is gonna be an exciting series. Yo, we still got, I think, 8 more episodes, so we shall see. But right now, color me impressed. What did y'all think of the first episode of The Last of Us? What do you think of the Ellie casting? What do you think of the Joe casting? This is crazy, because Pedro Pascal is taking a small child across to another place, you know, to rescue his salvation. And Joe and Ellie are doing the same thing. He plays the Mandalorian. I'm like, this dude plays the Mandalorian? He don't see nothing like this guy, you know what I'm saying? He seems like Joe. Like, Mandalorian is a different thing and shit. So, hats off, Pedro Pascal, and hats off to the team who delivered this excellent presentation of The Last of Us. It was like it was like a novel. It was like the novel of The Last of Us. Yeah, let's get this conversation going. What y'all think of the first episode? Was it too slow? Shout out to that dog. You seen that old lady and you just booked out. Small spoiler. But what y'all think of this episode? I absolutely kind of loved it, and I want to watch it again. I can't wait till next Sunday till we get more, because we're gonna get a lot more. If we play the games, you know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? You know what type of dangers are out there. You know what's coming. I'm just gonna leave it there because it's people who haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna spoil it. But once again, guys, thanks for watching this video. If you like this video, yeah, go ahead, hit that like button. If you really like this content, come on, consider subscribing to the Q Review family. I think I'm gonna do episode by episode of The Last of Us, because I'm just so excited to talk about it and seeing what does HBO do with this series, because right now they're on the right path. And once again, don't just stare at it, eat it. Peace.
I'm out cold, you hoes been exposed. Walk up on you slow with the flow and unload. You got more left for dead on the road. I strode when your car got towed.